Welcome back to Discourse of the Wind, the journey of elevating your mindset and life skills through the lens of classic literature and modern insights. Victor Hugo once said that love is an internal flame, but if you look at it under the microscope of neuroscience, the romantic love we worship is actually an evolutionary trick. Let's talk about the in-love experience. When you first fall in love, your brain is flooded with dopamine and oxytocin. You view your partner through the rose-colored glasses. They are perfect, they can do no wrong. You think, finally, I've found my soulmate. But Dr. Dorothy Tanoff, a brilliant psychologist, studied thousands of couples and came to a conclusion. The average lifespan of this romantic obsession phase is only 2 years. That's right, 2 years. After that mark, the brain chemicals fade, the current falls. You wake up, look at the person lying next to you, and you see a lazy guy leaving dirty socks everywhere, or a woman who constantly nags. And this is where crossroads appear. 90% of couples think the spark is gone, so the love must be dead, and they break up to chase the new dopamine. But the other 10% understand a secret that I'm going to share with you today. This is where real love actually begins. Love isn't a feeling, love is an attitude, and more importantly, love is a skill that needs to be learned. The book we are dissecting today, The 5 Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman, isn't a sappy self-help book. It's a handbook on emotional linguistics. If you are feeling lonely inside your own home, this video is for you. Before diving into the 5 languages, we need to understand the mechanics of emotion. Gary Chapman introduced the concept of the love tank. Every child is born with an emotional tank. When they are loved, the tank is full, and the child grows up healthy and confident. When the tank is empty, they become rebellious, vigilant, or seek affection in unhealthy ways. Adults are exactly the same. The main reason you and your spouse argue isn't money or the kids. Those are just symptoms. The root cause is that love tank of one or both of you is running on empty. When the tank is empty, we attack each other. We make demands. We punish with silence. And the tragedy is, you might be trying to fill your partner's tank, but you are using the wrong fuel. Imagine you are driving a gasoline car, but your partner keeps pumping diesel into it. He's trying so hard. He's spending a lot of money on that fuel, but your car still breaks down. That is the problem of a language barrier. You speak Vietnamese, your husband speaks English. You both scream, "I love you," but neither of you understand the other. So now, let's deep dive into decoding these 5 types of fuel. Language number 1. Words of affirmation. Mark Twain once said, "I can live for 2 months on a good compliment." For this group, words don't just fade into the air. Words are the foundation. But be careful, this is not flattery. Flattery is manipulation for a personal purpose. Affirmation is observation and genuine acknowledgement. There are 2 main dialects here. First one is encouraging words. This unlocks potential. For example, your husband wants to start a business but still scared. If he speaks this language, saying, "I believe you can do it. You have the talent," is worth more than 10 business books. Secondly, kind words. Tone matters more than content. Saying, "I hate how you wash dishes," with a harsh tone is a dagger. But "I would be so happy if you helped me with the dishes tonight," is an invitation to love. Remember this, not just in your mind, but in your heart. If your spouse belongs to this group, silence is poison, and criticism is a death sentence. You could do everything else for them, but just one harsh, critical sentence will wipe out all your previous efforts. Language number 2, quality time. This one is the most misunderstood. Quality time doesn't mean sitting together watching Netflix for 2 hours while you both are on your phone. That is proximity, not togetherness. The most critical component of this language is undivided attention. Imagine you are talking to your boss. Would you dare scroll through Facebook while nodding at your boss? Of course no. So why do you do that to your life partners? For someone who speaks this language, putting down your phone, looking at them in the eyes, and practicing active listening is how you say you are more important than anything else in the virtual world out there. A small exercise. Every day, set aside a 20-minute check-in. No TV, no phones. Just ask, "How are you feeling today?" and listen to empathize, not to fix or judge. Language number 3, receiving gifts. Don't be too quick to judge them as materialistic or gold diggers. In anthropology, gift-giving is the most fundamental symbol of love. It carries the message, "I was thinking about you even when I wasn't with you." The value of the gift isn't in the price tag, it's the thought process. A flower picked by the roadside, a sticky note on the fridge, or their favorite snack, these are all visual symbols of love. If your partner is in this group and you forget your wedding anniversary, congratulations, you just started World War III. And it's not because of the gift, but it's because they feel you have erased them from your memory. Language number 4, acts of service. For these people, saying "I love you" is meaningless if you are lying on a sofa watching football while she's cooking and watching the kids at the same time. Acts of service require effort, skill, and most importantly, breaking stereotypes. Many men are taught that housework is for women. But if your wife speaks this language, you picking up a mop is the most romantic, sexy thing you can possibly do. Dr. Chapman calls this doing things you know your spouse would you like to do. Important note is, don't do it like a robot or a resentful slave. Do it because you choose to love them. I'm washing the dishes not because I'm afraid of you, but because I want you to rest. That is love. Language number 5, physical touch. We aren't just talking about sex, although that is important. We are talking about the power of tactile connection. Research shows that infants who aren't held often develop slower emotionally. Adults are the same. Holding hands while walking, stroking their hair while watching a movie, a tight hug when they fail, all of this activates oxytocin, the bonding hormone. For this group, Physical distance equals emotional abandonment. When arguing, a hug can solve the problem faster than an hour of logical debate. Their body is emotional barometer. Learn to read it. So now, the million-dollar question is, how do you know which language you and your partner speak? There are 3 ways to determine this. The first one, the pain. What does your partner do or not do that hurts you the most? For example, if criticism hurts you the most, your language is words of affirmation. Number 2, the request. What do you complain about the most? Like, you never help me. So this will be the acts of service. Number 3 is the expression. Think about how you usually express love to others, because we usually give what we want to receive. But here the hardest part. What happens if your spouse language is the one that you hate the most? You are naturally reserved, but she needs words of affirmation. You are busy, but he needs quality time. This is where we distinguish between instinct and choice. Loving when everything is easy is instinct. Loving when you have to step out of your comfort zone is courage. Treat this as an investment. You invest in stocks for a return, so why not invest in the person working with you for the rest of your life? When you make the effort to speak their language, even if it feels awkward at first, their laugh tank fills up, and when they are happy, they tend to meet your needs in return. It's a positive domino effect. Don't wait for the feeling to come before you act. In behavioral psychology, action precedes emotion. Do it first, the feeling of love will follow. My friends, love is not about finding a perfect person so you never have conflicts. Love is finding an imperfect person and learning to love their imperfections perfectly. Marriage or long-term relationships are a tough school where your ego must die a little bit so that the we can live. Dr. Gary Chapman gave us the map, but the one walking the path must be you. Don't use this knowledge to keep score. I did this 3 times, why haven't you done it for me? That is a transaction, not love. Going home tonight and try asking your partner just one question. What can I do to make you feel more loved? That question is braver than any romantic declaration. Thank you for spending your valuable time with Discourse of the Wind. If this video brought you value, share it with your loved ones. It might just save a relationship on the brink. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next journey of upgrading your mindset. Bye.